Is the government's surveillance program necessary and legal?
Yes. In the past, governments could get away without having surveillance when your grandparents were alive, or even your parents. But as terrorists and other groups that are trying to get in as they progress with their technology, we have to stay ahead of them. We can't just allow them to use cameras and things and say that it's not okay for us to use it. That's not how this works. We're not doing this to annoy you or to bother you. The government is doing this to protect you. And without that surveillance, there's no way to protect you. There's no way to see who's coming in. So it's completely necessary. And I think that it's important also, though, to look at it. How are we going to continue to do this and protect the citizens? Because that's why we're doing this. So maybe you have a problem with how we're doing it, but I'm pretty sure you don't have a problem with what we're doing, because what we're doing is protecting you. And if you do have a problem with it, you should probably look into it, research it, and you'll find that it is necessary, and it is very, very necessary.
Mr. Martin.
It's not necessary and it's not legal. The NSA is unreasonably searching our digital documents and information, and the Fourth Amendment specifically protects us against unreasonable search and seizure, and what the NSA is doing to Americans is unreasonably searching their digital documents, which is illegal. It's also not necessary. The last serious terrorist threat coming from inside the country since 9/11 was the Boston bombing, and that alone wasn't too catastrophic. It didn't result in millions of deaths like 9/11 did. So I think the NSA needs to keep their surveillances out of the country, and they don't need to surveil inside of the country.
How do you think people are going to protect themselves? What if there is a terrorist in here, in an airport, in a public building, in a grocery store, and they're there?
Mr. Martin, how do you propose to wage an effective ground war against ISIS in Iraq while slashing funding for the military in your budget plan?
I don't plan to cut the military and my budget plan until ISIS is out of Iraq, and I already told you my ISIS plan, so I think it'll work just fine.
Ms. Pavelka, what justification do you have for the significant tax increases in your budget plan? Can Americans afford these tax increases?
Yes. If you look at my budget, you won't just see tax increases. You'll see tax increases in certain things on certain levels for certain people. The American public, the average citizen, the ordinary income, that's not being increased tax that much. And you'll also see that obviously we're one of the wealthiest nations. So we need to use the power of our people, and we need to use that to increase it so that we can, in the end, make America better for its people.
Can I say something about that?
No.